When I first came onto this property, I really had the vision of creating a greenhouse. Obviously, that is the natural next step in Homegrown Gardens. And I've been working for the last 2 years now to create the designs for it. And we're in the permitting process right now. So I'm so excited to actually see this thing manifest in real life, to get out of my head and into reality. When I had the idea of building a greenhouse, I had no idea what it would entail. And I'm going big because I'm going to do this in my backyard. I will be seeing it every single day. Kona will be seeing it every single day. And I just wanted to go a little bigger than normal. So this isn't your average greenhouse. It's a little luxury bougie greenhouse to match the level of boxes that I put in and the garden spaces I create. It definitely is in suit with that. I had to work with an architect to get the base wall and chimney plan, because not only am I creating a space for the plants to live, but in the off season, I'm creating a space for me to enjoy and other people as well. I really envisioned hosting events, doing yoga in there, garden to table meals. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I knew in my heart I needed to create a space that wasn't just for the plant season, but for the entire season. So the first step was to get a survey done to plot out where exactly this greenhouse is going. And I'm making it a straight shot through my backyard. When you walk out the basement, you're actually gonna go through the garden space and then straight into the greenhouse, creating one straight channel. And then this is the floor plan. It's a 40 by 20 structure with a little vestibule. So it'll have like a little entryway before it opens up, and we'll have doors on the front and the back. The best part of this entire greenhouse though is definitely the chimney. I'm doing stone veneer for the base wall that'll flow up the side of the chimney and wrap around for an indoor and outdoor fireplace. So follow me, let's go get a feel for where this building, this structure is actually going to be in a few months. So right behind me is where all this magic is gonna happen very soon. When you look out the back of my house, the entrance of the greenhouse is in line with the exit behind the chimney there. So basically about right here where I'm standing is the front of the greenhouse, and then this whole area will get cleared, excavated, and all the magic happens here. My future plans to fulfill this area is naturally the garden space will fill in the gaps between the house and the greenhouse. And then over here, I'm going to be building in a big barn for entertainment, for obviously workspace, so I can get out of my garage and be able to park a car in my garage again. That would be amazing. That'll be the day. So I'll have another wave of exciting things to show you down the road in a couple years. Oh, and my chickens as well. Chicken coop is happening when I start designing my she shed, my new barn. I'm going to be designing the she coop at the same time so I can get my chickens in. Get the ladies here. We started construction about a month ago. We excavated, and when I say we, I definitely mean other people who are in their wheelhouse, not me. I've just sat back and taken pictures and enjoyed the ride. So let's go check out and see where they're at today, and I can show you the progress. Okay, so this is my builder in the dumpster. This is Todd. Todd is the man behind the scenes making all of this magic come to life. He's been incredible. Not only has he helped me out with my greenhouse, but you've been tremendously helpful inside my house as well. So what are we doing in this dumpster?
It's been a fun project. So right now we are just getting rid of the carpet that's in the basement. So Karen can move some operations into her unfinished basement.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Homegrown Gardens is getting out of the garage. Again, thank you so much for all this magic.
And yeah, it's been fun.
This is your first greenhouse?
First greenhouse, yep, absolutely, yeah.
Cool, well thank you so much for all your work. And what you see behind me is this massive pile of earth that was excavated. We will actually be putting this back into the bottom of the boxes just to repurpose what was already here. About a month ago, we had the excavation. They had to dig trenches from the house to pull the electrical, the gas line, and the water back to this beautiful building. What you're seeing behind me is the base wall that will be wrapped in stone veneer. Today, we're doing electrical work to get all the outlets in there and make sure this whole puppy can light up and be functional. So I have absolutely no clue what's going on in terms of the electrical world, but I have full trust in them. So what you see now is just this big open space. It's actually not a door. This is actually going to be a fireplace that can be utilized inside or outside. So my plans after this structure is built and the garden space is constructed, it'll connect to a beautiful bluestone patio or maybe some other stone, I'm not entirely sure yet, but it'll be a place to hang out on nice days like today. And when it gets nice and chilly, we'll be inside the greenhouse, cozying up by the fire. that is the story from my point of view, but let's pull Todd back in here. Talk to me a little bit more about the technical side.
Today, the group from Wave Electric is here doing all our underground electric and our electric that's on the wall. So we have a lot of outlets in here because Karen will be growing a lot of plants and they need lights. And so we made sure we had that. Once our glass is done, we'll have ceiling fans, we'll have lights up there, we'll have speakers. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we just talked about that yesterday. So I want to make sure that this puppy is not only beautiful, but it has an awesome sound system too. Yep. All right. Well, again, thank you, Todd. You've been amazing.
Yeah,
we'll touch base and see what this looks like in another month or two. So it's been a few months and this is such a special day for me. This is truly a couple years in the making. Framework is going up. The greenhouse company is here, the Wisconsin Greenhouse Company. And this is Jordan, who I've been collaborating with for what, 2 full years now to make this happen? Yeah. So I'm super excited to have all these guys on site to watch this magic happen. Tell me a little bit about how we got from point A to point B.
Basically, the foundation was put in, the chimney was up, and we came out last week and put our base down. Now we're going upright with the walls and the gable ends, connecting to the chimney. Next, it'll be trusses and roof.
I just feel like the last couple of years I've been really cared for in this project because this is my first time building a greenhouse. How long have you been building greenhouses?
So, it's been almost 20 years for me. I started in my mid-20s.
And you worked with your dad, right?
Yeah, my dad. Nickname is the Greenhouse Godfather. He got a lot of the guys started in greenhouse building.
Awesome. Well, let's go look up close at it. So this little entrance is called a vestibule.
We're gonna have a double door right here. It'll be all glass with a vaulted ceiling that'll open up into the rest of the greenhouse.
The first step is getting the framework. Is that what you call this?
Yeah, so right now we're putting up our aluminum framework. It's all bolted to the foundation. This is a rather big foundation. It's got larger capstones, stone veneer. So we're bolting to that, and then we're starting to go upright with the rest of it. You can see that'll be the peak of the greenhouse up there.
So that is the top?
Yep, and then it'll connect over here at the same 20-foot mark.
The one thing I really loved is the trussing. So it's not in yet, but just wait until you see the trussing.
Yep, it's a scissor truss. It's kind of got a Gothic look to it. It's pretty awesome.
And I picked out the highest peak, right?
Yep, a 12-12 Cape Cod pitch.
Yeah, I just loved the architecture of this building, and I'm just so excited to see all that come together.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So when does the glass go in?
So we expect the glass to go in next week. We should be finished with the framing by Friday.
Okay.
And then the glass will probably take us about a week to put in.
Well, the magic is in works. This is the progress as of December 2024. When do you think we're gonna be wrapped up?
By Christmas, if not next week.
The best Christmas gift I've ever gotten. All right, well, thank you so much. Hard work. Over here. Hi gardeners, welcome back. It's been 5 months and you can see that we are almost done with this beautiful greenhouse. I'm gonna show you that in just a second, but before we get to that amazingness, I actually wanna tell you what's been going on in my basement instead of my garage this season. Come check out Homegrown Gardens Basement Edition. So if you have been following me, you know that I started this business in a garage in 2020 back in Glen Ellen. Here we are in Winfield, Illinois, and no longer am I in a garage. This is exciting news. In year 6, we are actually in the basement. So this is Amy. This is my new employee. She is such a godsend. I call her this because you are the jack of all trades. And the universe sent me this beautiful angel to help me not only with the plants, but also with some Excel things and all sorts of cleaning projects. I mean, literally, she's a gem. So I'm super excited to have you. Tell us what you're doing right now.
Right now, we are up potting. So we have the seedlings obviously start and they grow until the roots start coming out of the bottom of the seed pots. So then we break open the little seed pot a little bit and put it into a new pot.
I call the teenager home.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's like high school.
Yeah, it is.
The finished product basically looks like this, where they're ready to go outside.
Well, today is a really special day because that greenhouse has not seen any plants in it yet, and today is the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day, April 3rd, 2025. That greenhouse gets some live action. So let's grab some plants.
All right.
Let's get them out there because they are now going into what's called the hardening process, where we got to acclimate them to weather and get them ready to go in the ground. So this is the moment of truth. I am bringing in, it looks like Veronica Romanesco broccolis, collard greens. What do you got? Cauliflower.
Cauliflower and
green Macerata cauliflower.
Yeah.
We are starting fancy in this greenhouse. So before my garden gets built, right now we have a mud pit that we have to traipse through. So traipse through. Traipse through? Trance through.
Traipse through.
Traipse through. We're gonna traipse through my future garden space here. Welcome to your new home. Last time you were here was in November. My cornerstone hadn't been put in yet, so that is done. It is sealed to the chimney and it is ready to rock and roll. Short of a few things, we got to get the light fixture installed here and a couple big fans so that this room can actually breathe and so the plants don't cook when it gets too hot. So you can tell this is a beautiful space, but there's no tables. So I have one right now just hanging out. My future plans involve creating a space in here that actually feels like my gardens, meaning it's functional and intentional. I'll be buying some 2-foot wide tables to wrap around the perimeter of this structure and then leave a pathway 3 or 4 foot here so I can have a nice big table in the center so that you can walk through, kind of like a walk-through garden, just like you'd be in one of my spaces, but instead inside the greenhouse. So the intention behind all of this is to actually only use this in operation until the plants are in the ground, and once they are, we clear the space out and use it for entertainment purposes. I have a lot of good ideas cooking. There's radiant floor heat in this, so we can do yoga events, gong baths, meditations, all sorts of beautiful healing things will be happening in this property. And we'll see, garden to table meals, of course, and whatever else this beautiful space gets used for. Before we wrap up, there's one more thing I want to show you. So given that this is such a big dream come true, my builder Todd had the idea of putting a cornerstone in to kind of really solidify what this building is for. So Homegrown Gardens, established in 2020, exists in this reality, and I could not be more thrilled with having that little piece of my legacy attached to this building. So next steps is to get my electricians back in here and my builder to just do the final touches, get that fireplace cooking, and then I'll have you back for the final reveal. Well, it's been a month and you can see a lot has shifted in this greenhouse. So welcome to a proper functioning greenhouse, which has made my life a whole lot easier. I am no longer a plant hustler getting plants in and out of my garage anymore. They actually can stay put in here and you can tell they are just thriving. So I'm so thrilled to take you around and show you a little bit about what this operation really entails. But also, on a side note, I turned 40 a couple weeks ago and I had my first event in the greenhouse and it was with 20 of my closest friends. It was such a beautiful moment. And it just really spoke to my heart because not only is this space going to be obviously for plant love, but it's going to be for humans as well. So that really is truly the vision because pretty soon, as you can see, it happens so fast. The plant babies come in, the plant babies go out, and then we convert this place into an event space. So here we can see we have tons of tomatoes. We got tomato heaven here. They just love the center space. And I actually intentionally put these tables down the center to capture some crosswind. If I open the back doors, there's a nice gentle wind that comes through because there's a few details that have to be finished yet. I don't have a fan in here, and that's important when you are gardening. You need some wind to strengthen the plant. So there will eventually be a big fan on each side of this greenhouse and a nice big chandelier in the middle. There's a few other little details too to finish the fireplace. Eventually we'll have a gas log here, so it'll just be super simple to kick on a fire. It's about 80 degrees in here right now. We don't need the fire, so no rush on that guy. These are the peppers. They are super happy with life. It really is a big difference. Like when I was growing plants in my house, you don't have a lot of humidity, and out here it actually gets really humid, so it's a little jungly. Plants, I can tell they really love that, and their leaves are just showing it. Over here we got some herbs, some chives, oregano, marjoram, sage. Tomatillos are hanging out on the wall. They're capturing a little bit of the wind that comes in through the windows. One really cool thing about this greenhouse is it will vent itself. So at a certain temperature, once the electrician has come back to connect those last dots, then this whole house will actually breathe. We have some ceiling vents and we got some windows. So I won't have to be manually cranking these open for too much longer. And then here's lettuce land all across here. We are in May, so hopefully you already have your lettuce in by now. But this is what I have left over. I'm gonna be doing a plant sale pretty soon because most of my orders have been picked up. Look at how cute that guy is. So lettuce is happy as well. And then we get into the squash, the cucumbers, and then basil, palooza, along with some eggplant in the corner. These babies just got moved in here. They're part of the summer round. So in gardening, you plant in waves. First, you'll do your cruciferous, you'll do your lettuces, things that can tolerate cold weather. So I tend to sprout those first, obviously, to get those out the door. And then in comes the second wave of the summer loving stuff, things like basil, eggplant, squash behind me, and tomatoes. Now those are gonna have to go out the door once nighttime temps are above 50. All right, so to finish the tour, we have gotten into flowers over here. I'm growing some marigolds. These little cheerful guys are nasturtiums, one of my favorite flowers. They're really cheery, they're a little spicy, so I feel like they're like my spirit animal. I love them. And then this year I'm dabbling with dahlias. I've never grown dahlias before, so stay tuned if you follow me and get plans from me, because I'm actually gonna up my flower game. Now that I have the real estate to actually expand, we can get beyond vegetables in my operation. So I'm really excited to start offering some more flowers for the garden as well next season. And last but not least, on the ledge here, which actually bonus, I didn't even think through how helpful this was gonna be. When Todd the builder and his crew came in to build everything, he's just, he needed to create a surface for the greenhouse to sit on. And we chose this nice big slab. That was a little bonus gift because I can actually set trays of plants there without having to put shelving up, which I can, which is really cool about the Wisconsin Greenhouse Company. Their system here actually has capability to put shelving that can go up and can go down, which was perfect for me and why one of the many reasons I chose to work with them, because I intentionally want to utilize the space differently in different seasons. That was the greenhouse tour. And now behind me, there's not much to look at yet, but like everything, it always starts in the mind. And I have some really exciting designs kind of mapped out in my mind, which I'll be getting into paper soon. The central channel of this garden that shoots straight back to my house, I'm gonna keep that. And just a little sneak peek, I'm gonna honor the elements in my future garden space. So this entire space will be eaten up with my beautiful raised garden beds and trellises and arbors. Stay tuned to watch what I come up with here in my own backyard, because I will not be holding back. Well, that's a wrap for this girl's dream come true. This is a 3-year project in the making. It exists now, and I have so many other pockets on this property I will tackle next. If you need any advice or any help on how to operate your own greenhouse, I've learned a few things, and I have really good people in my back pocket to lean on to help you out as well. So please subscribe, follow along, and stay tuned for the next beautiful creation that I come up with on this property for Homegrown Gardens. Should this be the thumbnail? So my mustard greens came back. Here's my garden. Welcome to Homegrown Gardens. Yeah, that is a mustard green. It's self-sows, so if you have mustard greens in your garden, anticipate little bonuses next season. There's another. Ta-da! Oh, there's a good one. Oh my gosh, there's another one. There's another one. Here. Oh, there's another one. Mustard greens. I am impressed. Oh, there's another one.